I'm sitting in an area that I'm hoping I can transform into like a little picnic, little fire pit area, and I'm just reflecting on the week and everything that we've done. It's been one of the best weeks I've had, that our family's had, in a very long time, and it was so refreshing and just good. We like to go to places where you can cosplay, dress up. We like looking at the crafts because we are a very crafty family. Pat does a lot of leather work, and we would really like to be more involved in things like that. Maybe throw in some furs, who knows. But we'd like to build a stock and be able to participate in being a vendor someday. But we went to this Renaissance fair, and last year when we went, it was really small and it didn't cost a lot of money, and it was great, even though it was small. This year it was way bigger than what I was expecting. The parking, they had 2 parking lots in these fields, and they were both full, and they were having people drive 1.5 miles down the road to another farm who was opening up his field for parking, and they were shuttling people back and forth. I didn't know about the shuttling, but I was told about that later. I was also told that the shuttle had like an hour wait time, so I'm glad we didn't do that. Went to this little suburb, this little tiny cul-de-sac that was there, and there's this one guy, one of the guys that lived there, and he came out and he was yelling at me. He was like, "You guys shouldn't be parking down this road, and I don't know what all these people are doing here." And he was just very, very agitated and upset and angry. And I said, "Oh, it's the Renaissance Fair. This happens in this area once a year, and people really look forward to it, and they dress up and they're just really into it." And he's like, "Well, why are they walking on the road? There's no shoulder on these roads. It's an old country road. People drive way too fast down them, and it's just very dangerous." And I said, "Yeah, it's really, really dangerous. It would be nice if some of these local farmers, since they do this once a year, it'd be nice if they would open up their fields so that people can park and be closer, and it would be safer." And he got to thinking, and he was really quiet. And I was like, "Well, I'm going to turn around. I'll find another place to park. Have a good day." And I left it at that. I went the opposite way, away from the other parking area. And right as I was going to pass the entrance to the Renaissance Fair, there was this guy kind of coming out to almost the... There was a guy that was coming out to the road, and it looked like he was starting a RV park. And he asked me, like, he's asking people what's going on. So I stopped my car, and I'm stopping in the middle of the road on the opposite side. And so I tell him what's going on. And I'm like, "Hey, would you be open to opening up your campground for people to park?" And he's just like, "I don't know. I don't want people to tear up my driveway. You know, I just started this thing," and he was really worried about it. And I'm like, "I'll give you $20, and I bet you'll get a lot more people that are willing to pay the same thing." And you could see like the thought process in his mind and the math. And he's just like, "Yes, I'll let you park here." So I was the first person to park in this little area, this little RV park. And we walked a very short distance to the actual Renaissance Fair. So my kids were safe. I felt safe. It was great. We had a great time. It was a lot more expensive than what I was thinking it was going to be. But, you know, we don't get to do these outings very often. And so to me, it was worth it. I was like, okay, we're going to go do this as a family. Unfortunately, Pat couldn't be there because he was working. And we miss him. But we decided to go. So we get in there, we do our thing, we loved it. We came out, and as I'm leaving, the guy comes up to me, the guy that owned the RV park. And he's just like, that was a great idea. He's like, I made like $1,500 in my first 2 hours. It's like, thank you so much. It was like, he was really thankful, and it was like a blessing. So I'm like, oh, that's great, you know. Sometimes you put something out there and you don't realize the ripples it's going to have on others. And I think God works like that so often in our lives. Just little tiny suggestions, thoughts, and that's a ripple effect. And like part of my sinful nature was a little jealousy. I'm just like, man, it'd be nice if I got a little bit of a cut from his like blessing. And I immediately was just like, no, this is his, you know. I'm really happy for him. But those thoughts creep up. What's funny is the next day I got an anonymous blessing for our family, and we were gifted some money that was not expected at all. And it's just amazing how you're provided for and you don't even have to ask. Sometimes it just happens, and God knows what's happening in your life, and he's always watching out for you. What you plant in faith, you will one day harvest in joy. So don't give up before your season comes. Jesus says in John 4:35, don't you have a saying? Isn't it 4 months until harvest? I tell you, open your eyes and look at the fields. They are ripe for harvest. Just look around you and see, you know, what could be done that is in your capability. Whether it's, you know, paying for somebody's meal ahead of you, or, you know, just little acts of kindness. You've heard of those. You've heard that before. Random acts of kindness, or Make a Difference Monday. I think we need to be reminded to do things like that, because it's so easy to be distracted by the things of this world. I also want to tell you about something that is awesome. Those of you that may not know, I went to school a very long time ago for massage therapy, and I have dyslexia, so it's very hard for me to take tests. I get terrible test anxiety, and I hate speaking in public and things like that. But anyways, I took my massage therapy licensing exam, and I passed it on the first try. So that is another reason why this week has been so awesome, and just, yeah, I'm very, very thankful this week. And yeah.